What is up, guys? Tony here, and today I'm bringing you another Final Cut Pro X tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about camera wiggle. It's a very common effect that's used in a lot of montages on the old After Effects, and a lot of people want to use it in their Final Cut Pro Mac editing program. Why? Because it's more convenient to have it in the same program rather than having to switch back and forth. I know your struggle. I'm not psychic. I've been through the same thing. So, just like with motion tracking and Twixtor and all those types of effects, I tried to show you guys how to do it on Final Cut Pro. I will show you guys how to do wiggle on Final Cut Pro. No, we are not keyframing. We are using a plugin. Let me tell you something. Plugins are your #1 tool on Final Cut Pro. Final Cut FCP.co is one of the best plugin sites to get free plugins. Yes, I said free. In fact, if you've ever watched one of my videos and you've seen that bad see where I'm down here what I'm selecting, that bad TV effect that kind of rolls a little bit, which I will be doing a video on how to use that. That's another free effect I found on fcp.co. I will link the camera wiggle, which is the TKY camera shake effect. I will link the direct download for that in the description. TKY is the creator. Thank you for creating this great plugin. And if you guys want to go ahead, comment on his forum and thank him for making such a great plugin. So we're going to go ahead and demo it today. We're going to bring it into the timeline here. And we're going to go ahead and cut this down a bit because there's a little bit of a period here. Clip by Zion, ESP Zion, pretty cool little player. Anyway, so right here, he kind of like YYs. Maybe I want that to shake a bit and slow down. Maybe the song gets a little slow there. There's a pause. Slow it down to like 12%. Why not? And now we got this nice, really choppy, of course, because I don't have Twixtor or anything on it. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag that effect on. Simple as that. It loads the effect. Now let me see it shaking here. You can see it wobbling around. Look at the map. It wobbles out a bit. Now let me be clear about this. This is a very processor-intensive effect. When you drag this onto your timeline multiple times, it takes up a lot of processor power. You probably will find yourself lagging a lot as you're rendering it in the background. My recommendation is turn off background rendering, which I believe you do by going to Preferences, and it's somewhere in here. Look it up online. I really don't know. But what I do, because I don't do that obviously, is I'll just let it render, wait for it, and eventually it'll get there. But it does take up a lot of time. It does sometimes kill your process. In fact, my MacBook Pro is warming up my knees as we speak. But once it's done, it's nice and smooth. It has a little bit of that shake effect. And it's very like, photorealistic camera shake. It's as if someone's holding a camera almost. Now in the information panel, inspector panel, you can increase the shakiness, so you can have it like really like motion blur, earthquake shake, which is cool because this is actually kind of conflicting with the earthquake effect everyone knows and loves, which also shakes, except it has a lot more motion blur and a lot more extreme, unlike the earthquake, which is a little bit less blurry. It's just more analog shake in a way. So this one can really be used. Another cool thing that this effect does is it also has a zoom. What that means is that when it zooms in a little bit on the clip, you don't see the black edges around the video. If it wasn't zoomed in, it would look like this. Maybe not. I don't know if I can control it. But anyway, here's the shake distance. You can zoom it in more or less. When you zoom it out all the way, it doesn't shake. I guess that's a prevention method so you don't accidentally show the black edges. On the earthquake effect, you actually do see the black edges. See right here? You kind of see like a little bit of ghosting. Let me see if I can freeze frame it here. A little bit of ghosting up here, and everything else kind of moves down. That's because it doesn't zoom in at all. This one actually zooms in when it's shaking, so you don't have any of the black edges. So basically a little bit more professionally built. You can also, change the speed. It's like that. So what I usually do is to get that perfect effect, I go like half of one. And the shakiness, I keep it like 0.1. And that kind of gives you that really realistic camera effect. Now, usually the only reason why I use this camera effect is for slow intros with text. That's really the best position to use it. It's more for cinematics than for actual clips. But it could be used in any sort of method you want. I think it's a great little free plugin. And if you guys want to download it, go ahead and check out the description. That is pretty much it. I am Tony. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial and you want to see more tutorials on Final Cut Pro and other various Mac software and editing tips, go ahead and like this video and subscribe.